Hello there. In this video, we're going to talk about the triad that, in my opinion, make us successful or less successful. And the triad is about time, energy, and money. But in most cases, it's not direct money. It's the capability that we built over time to make money probably in the future. And a PhD is an extremely good example of that. You are investing quite a lot of your time and you are actually not receiving a full salary for the effort you are making, and therefore the benefits of what you are doing now, you will see it in 3-4 years from now. So this is what we're going to cover in this video. Now let's dive in a little bit more into this time and energies. If I had to choose between time, energy, and money, well, thinking carefully a little bit about it, I will probably go for time. Why? Because if I have no money at the moment, well, I put energy and time and I will make it in the future. If I have no energy, well, I have some money, I have time, and I can pay for some services to help me and make it up for it. But if I have no time, really no time because I squandered it, well, then it will be very difficult, okay, in a legal way to make money regardless of how many energy I've got. Therefore, from my perspective, money, it's important but not so important because it can always be made. Energy is more important because if I don't have it, then it will be difficult for me to make money, make a living. But if I don't have time, if I have really depleted it or squandered it, there is no way I'm going to make any money, I'm going to be any successful without it. So for me, time is the key ingredient of success. And here I have a number of suggestions I can make. First and foremost, I will look at where I allocate my time. Do I allocate it to project? Do I allocate it to deal with family members? Do I allocate it to deal with friends? Do I allocate it to watch things on internet? Okay. And second thing is, when do I allocate this time? I'll need to make sure that I allocate my best time when I am more productive to things that are going to make me more successful. And therefore relegate the other activity like social activity or watching internet to those parts of my day when I'm not very productive. That's an important suggestion to make. Then also look about who I give my time to. If I give my time to a person that really benefits from it, and I benefit from it too, then it's a wise thing to do. But there are cases in which we essentially dump our time into a drain by giving to people that don't only deserve it, but don't actually use it. And us as a society make a big loss out of it. So review your time also in terms of who you dedicate it to. That person should benefit, otherwise us as a society are going to lose out of it, and you shouldn't do it. Then another thing is that if you believe that you can improve by reallocating your time around and making a more structured division of your day, what I suggest you do is to find some tangible things like reading a number of papers or writing a number of pages on your report or doing some specific number of experiment in the lab per week, then take something you can actually put a number on. Now let's kind of wrap it up and give some extra suggestion out of my experience. The first thing is that you will need to learn how to self-validate you. And this is, something important, not just for the PhD, but for any interaction, anything that you do in life. The more you are able to self-validate yourself, the more you kind of don't crave for other people's validation, the better you will feel. Okay, this is something tricky to do at first, but once you understand what is behind it, then you will be able to carry on, on your planned changes and see it to fruition. So go all the way down, to the end, before essentially you can say, yes, this has worked, or maybe it didn't work the way I planned. So self-validation is an important thing. And in the book that you can also find on the website, you can read this part about self-validation in several sessions of that book. I self-validate almost regularly, and this has helped me to kind of not bother other people too much with what I'm doing and not craving for their approval, let's say. I do listen to others. I do take their comments kind of serious, or I don't necessarily need them. Anything that comes is on top of what I have already. Another thing is about this interaction with others. It's probably the one that's going to make you or break it, really. So the more you interact healthy with other people around you, the better it is for you, for them. Interaction, it's not just exchanging idea things, but exchanging time. You take their time, they take your time, and unless this is really positive, then we as a society are going to suffer from it. So be mindful of with whom and how you share your time, valuable time. And last thing I want to say is that the life of people, it's kind of a double ledger. It's this kind of books that are used by accountants. So you put, if you buy something in a company, then you put it in a place. The book you put in another. Why? Because the sum of them have to be zero, and so anything that you buy increases your asset essentially. So it's an expense, but it's also an asset. And when you sell something, you remove it from your inventory and it goes out. So again, it's a double-edged book. And this is true also in our own life, professional and private. And when we deal with other people, it's the same. So anything that comes out from you, your energy, your money, your time, may go on somebody else's ledger. But at times, it doesn't even go to theirs. It goes to the drain. No one benefits at all. So just be mindful that anything you do, has an important effect on yourself first and others around you. And this is the kind of important suggestion I will make, for your life in general. Life, it's a double ledger that we need to be mindful of. And before we close for today, our next video will be released at the beginning of March. So we'll have one of this video free to everybody per month.